everybody and welcome. Today we're going to be doing this coin envelope, and it's from the large coin envelope template and the journaling card window that's 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. They're available in my Etsy shop as templates, downloadable templates. I'm not suggesting for one moment that you actually need to hurtle over them and buy them. You can draw one out yourself if you feel so inclined. This one, it's just perfect for what I wanted. I wanted something that size, and there we have it. And that's going to fit inside the flip of our journal. So this one's orange because it goes with the orange lady, wherever she may be hanging about up here. Yeah, she's got saltwater taffy on her, and I've made the coin envelope in orange to kind of orangey, rusty type colours to go along with her. So that's that section there. So today we are going to be looking at the coin envelope for here to go in there, and I've done her in green. I did her, I think it's Twisted Citron I did her in. It's a bright colour, but am I afraid? No, I'm not afraid. So I've got some of my distress paints out. I've got mustard seed, I've got Twisted Citron, I've got, what's this one, broken china, and peeled paint. So those are the 4 colours that I'm going to be using to colour my paper before I even cut my template out. And the paper I'm using is this. It's cardi paper. It's cotton rag paper is what it is. Any mixed media paper will do. I have this, so I thought, why not use it? It's 150 GSM, but actually it's quite thin. So that's the main reason I'm using it, is it's thin. The downside of it is it's not really smooth, so it makes stamping a bit of a challenge. But as long as you remember it's not smooth and really press on, we should be all right. Similarly, I'm not recommending that you run out and get cardi paper, although it is gorgeous. So it's up to you. So let's make a start anyway and put some colours out. I think at the moment I'm going to put these 2 out, the Twisted Citron and Mustard Seed. See if we can get a bit of a background going. They've been standing upside down, so I'm sure they're quite well mixed. A few dots, just literally dots. I'll always come back with more. There we go. So get your spray, water spray, just start to move them around a little bit. Spray your paper, and then let's go for it, shall we? So I'm not going to look until I've kind of been all the way around. It's going to be a surprise. See, they're really mixing up now, but that's all right. It's going to be nice and bright. Oh yeah. Oh, it's lovely. I'm losing my green. Oh no, it's coming back a bit. Oh, this is really nice. I love this, you know, where it just sort of touches the surface. Right, so let's see what we can get off it now. Yeah, I'm kind of losing the green, so I'm going to just put a little bit more green down. Don't worry, this isn't going to stay like this. I haven't completely lost the plot. Some would argue otherwise, but he's not listening, so we're all right. So this absolutely is not an exact science. It's kind of smoosh and see what marks you can get in it, really. Right, I'm going to leave it like that and dry that. Actually, I'm tempted to put some more green in. It's being devoured by the yellow, unfortunately. I think I just want a little bit more. They're very similar colours, these, too similar, really. But never mind, we have a background. I'm going to clean this up and I'm going to use some mixed media paper. I'm just going to spray that. Just do a clean up on this so I've got a nice, I'm not wasting it, and I'll have a nice piece of mixed media card to cut things out of, you know, die cut, fussy cut, whatever. Yeah, two colours are too similar, that's the problem there. Let's pop that there. Clean this up. Some rag. So we'll move on to, we'll dry this and then we'll move on to colours that give us a bit of a contrast. Now we've got something of a background down. There we go. So this won't take long to dry because the paper's so thin, really. Hair, I think. I'm sure Catkin gets up here in the evening and makes his journal. I haven't added any more water to this to move it around. I don't think it needs it. It's all mixed together. There's some nice sections that are, you know, standing out, but just dry this and treat that then as our background. It's quite a nice background, actually. So when that's dry, we can start to put another colour on it. I don't want to do that now because they'll all meld together, and that's the very reason that we're using distress paints. I'll just pause you there while I finish this, won't be long. Okay, that's dry. Yeah, definitely. So let's add this, which is peeled paint, and this, which is broken china. I don't know whether to also add that again. No, let's leave those alone. Let's add peeled paint and broken china. Actually, let's add the peeled paint first on its own. See where we get to with that. That's quite a lot on there. Start it moving a bit. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that's giving us some nice marks, isn't it? Oh, that's gorgeous. I love these sort of marks. Let's pick up what we can. I'm just going to grab my, no, not that bit. Which bit? Where are you? Don't don't know, lost it. Oh, it's over there. I'm running out of arms. Let's just damp that down a bit, see what we can get off onto our other sheet. There we go. Right, let's just have a look at this section up here. It looks like it wants to move a bit. Just a bit too much paint in one place. I believe it started to dry already. Oh no. Let's just get that and move it around a little bit. Nothing stopping you taking a brush to this. Nothing at all. Get rid of some of that. This section here is gorgeous. I really like it. Right, off I go, clean up, dry up, and I'll see you soon. Right, I think we're all right. So I've decided not to go with the broken china, although I love it and I think it would look nice, but not for the project we're doing. I think I'm getting too far away from the sort of Timmy colours, which by that I mean vintage photo, ground espresso, you know, the slightly more grungy colours, let's say. So I have decided, with that in mind, to go for either walnut stain or vintage photo. Now I think I might go for the vintage photo first, dry it, and then see if we need to darken it down with a bit of walnut stain. That's the plan. So let's put out some of this. Oh, I'm shaking it. So this is the way to keep adding layers. It's just fabulous. You just absolutely could not do this with inks because they'd just all be one colour now. Right. I've got a lot of splotches here and not much dragging going on. So I think I'm going to have to work quite hard with the water to move this around. There goes another t-shirt. I think I might have to start wearing an apron actually if I'm going to be using this. Yeah, that's nice. Let's get some water on it. Start moving it around a little bit. Yeah, that's lovely. Where's my... Sorry if you can hear my tummy. I'm just really hungry. It's crying, feed me, feed me. A bit of rag. Got an awful lot of water on this that needs mopping up fairly quickly because it's just dropping off. Right, so let's see where we can mop some up from. There's too much here, so let's take off some of that. and let that underneath shine through a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's much better, much more in the palette that I was going for. You can still see the beautiful green and the yellow coming through, but the brown's just tempered it a little bit. But I do think that I still want to use the walnut stain. It's maybe just not quite grungy enough. Look at this passage here, that's beautiful. And yeah, there's some lovely bits on it. But I think I might have gone overboard with the water there. Never mind. Right, there we go. I'm going to dry that off, and then we're going to come in with a little bit of walnut stain. Bearing in mind that the template, if I can just reach it, doesn't go all the way across. So I'm bearing that in mind. I'm just going to dry this off.
Okay.
Right, that's that dry, and I'm just going to add a little bit of walnut stain, and then we'll leave it to dry whilst I have my lunch. Yay! I'm probably not going to go in with too much. I can always go back with more. This doesn't look particularly dark, but never mind. We'll see. We'll see what goes. See what gives, as they say. So I do want this largely round the edges, but as I said, the template doesn't go right to each edge, so I'm going to need some in. Oh, this is nice. Some in the middle as well. Oh, that's helped no end. Let's just look at this. Look at it. It's beautiful. Let's add some water to this and just pick up whatever we can onto this sheet, which is doing very nicely. It'd be perfect for die cutting, fussy cut, you know, making labels from anything. Yeah, I like that. So we'll pop that to one side. Just give this a bit of a mop up. And then come back into our paint that we've just put down. Yeah, there's some nice bits on there. But over here where we first started, that's just, it's too heavy. I'll move that around a bit. Dab off some sections that I don't really want. I like all this. I don't really want to do anything with this. I love that. I love when it does that sort of thing. I don't think we could improve on that too much. I think that's nice. I like it a lot. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Says she dabbing. No, I am. That's fine. Right, so I'm going to leave that to dry over my lunchtime, and I'll see you back when it's dry. Bye. Right, I've had my lunch. No more tummy growling, I hope. And it's time now to cut out the section that we want. So this is the large coin envelope, and you can see I can just get that nicely out of the paper with a little bit to spare. But Mr. F has kindly cut me this out of, well, it was an old plastic file folder actually, but it's quite thick acetate and I can see through, so I can select the pieces that I want. I mean, I like that piece up there, but I can't have it. I could turn this round, see where I can get to there. Yeah, very much like this section, and I quite like that. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to have to turn it the other way up because I just don't compute. My head doesn't compute upside down. Yeah, there. I like that. Okay, let's draw round that then with a pencil. I think this is probably my best pencil to use. Let's have a look. Yeah, I can see that. It's just with this paper being, as I say, textured, it's quite difficult sometimes to get a mark on it or stamp on it or anything. But it was my choice to use it, so I'll have to live with it. Having the acetate, you know, doing the templates on acetate is a very good idea because you can move it around your page till you get the section that you want. I remember probably years ago now on the group, might have been even before we had a group, making templates of tags, the size of tags that we generally use. And some of the ladies then made acetate ones, which was genius idea. Genius, I say. So this is kind of just extending that a little bit further. Right, let's hope that I can see that. I can, just about, so let's cut that out. Scissors, always useful at a time like this. I mean, most of this, to be honest, is going to be covered up. So all our good hard work will be mostly for nothing. But that's kind of what mixed media projects are about. Layer upon layer upon layer. And sometimes people say, well, why did you do the first layer? You can't see it. Well, you can. It always affects what's on top. Always. So it's worth doing all the layers. So we'll get this cut out. It's a good size, this large coin envelope. You know, it's not small. It's not small at all. I hope you're enjoying this Tim project. I know that some of you are doing it along with me. Some of you are still doing your flippy flappy folio, which is fine. That was a nice project, I think. It was nice, easy, straightforward project. Just going to curve those bottom corners there. I've lost my line. Oh, there it is. Right, there we have it. So I'm going to keep this section. You never know when you might need it. But these scrappy bits, they can go out. Right, so what I want to do now is put my creases in. And I saw a really good tip. I was watching Tracy Fox yesterday, and she had a really good tip. Oh, it's not so easy on this board, actually. Hang on, I'm going to go and get my little board. That was a bit of a palaver finding that. Nancy sent me this ages ago, and it's great when you just want to do little bits and pieces. So what Tracy suggested is that you put your bone folder, or whatever you use for scoring, right on the end, on the edge, last one, butt it up there, come down, and get that in line with the last one, which is there, is it? Is that it? there, I think, and score it in. So let's give it a try and see if it works. It seemed to work for her really rather well. Yeah, I think that's okay. Perfect. Wow, that's a really good tip, isn't it? Thank you, Tracy. So put it in the last one, put your thing up against it, put it there. Yeah. Oh, I think I've moved it, but never mind. I think I can get it to where it needs to be. Lovely. Let's try this one. And just this one to go. I like that idea. Nothing short of genius, Tracy. That's what I'd say. There we are. So that should be all our lines put in, so we can now... I like that little board actually, it's useful. So we can fold these over. Now they're creased, let's fold them one at a time. Like that. Lovely. So we've got that folds in, that folds in, that folds up, and that folds down. So there's our coin envelope. Looks really nice now. And that's, oh, look at that. Look how nice that is. I don't want to cover it up. It's so nice. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is cut a window out of it. And I'm using the 3 1/4 by 2 1/4 journaling card to make a window. So I want that fairly accurately in the middle. I might just mark it on the wrong side. I can still see where all my marks are and everything. I'm just going to mark where the middle is, because you guys know I'm useless at things like this. That's 4 and 8, so it's just a smidgel over 2. That's the centre. And I've already marked the centre on there. So if I line those two up like that, they should be equidistant from the sides. Do they look like they're equal along the bottom? Well, there's one way to find out, isn't there? Let's just draw a line along there. Make my life a bit easier. That's a crooked line. I don't know how much easier that's going to make my life. So it's about 3/8 in from the bottom, something like that. Going to line it up on the very outside of the flap, about there. Great, and it's just come off centre a little bit, so yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's near enough. Don't be swayed by what those lines say, although I must say it doesn't look even. I'm going to go by eye. I think that's probably my best bet. Let's do that. Right, so let's mark these marks in. And I'm just extending them just slightly further than the shape. It just helps when you come to cut them. There we are, and I'm actually going to use a scalpel. You could use scissors, just cut across in the middle and cut it out straightforward. I'm going to have to get my board out because I don't want to blunt my knife anymore. It's blunt enough. And let's just cut that shape out. So where we've extended the lines, you can see it more clearly. Just cut that out. There is a heck of a performance goes on into making this little coin envelope, which just fits one little bit of the journal. But if we didn't like doing these things, we're in the wrong hobby. I'm telling you. You've got to like doing all this stuff. Otherwise, what a chore it would be. Can you imagine? Right, let's see if it's... No, my scalpel, honestly, I don't know what's wrong with it. It's not cutting butter these days. Yeah, that's cut. Well, there's cricket on the telly. England are playing cricket. It's woeful. Oh, I've gone way too high up there. Oh well. Just a little bit in that corner. It still hasn't cut, honestly. It's rubbish. There we go. That's it. Right, hooray. Keep hold of that. That's just, look at that. It's too good to scrap. Too good. Right, I don't want this board anymore particularly. It's just crowding me. There's not room for it on my desk. Right, let's get the ink out and give this a good inking. See where we stand then. Where's my brush, my inking brush? No idea. So all around all the edges. And you see it starts to come to life really once it gets inked. I always think anyway. On this type of project, there are some projects that I actually wouldn't consider inking because they're just too pretty. So it does take a while. I'm just going to carry on inking the whole lot, then I'm going to fold it over and ink down those creases as well. So I'll see you when I've finished that. I'm sure you know how to ink things. Okay, so we're all inked around it. Doesn't that look different like that? It looks gorgeous now. And I've had a thought about a couple of things. One is where I overshot with my scalpel there. And actually I did, oh no I didn't. There, which I want to repair now before I go any further. So I'm just going to use a tiny little bit of masking tape just to stick over it and stop it. I don't think it will tear anymore, but why take the chance? So I'm just going to pop that there and that will do away with that worry. Great. Right, the other thing that I thought about was closure. Now on this one I used a string and button closure, but it was a right fadaddle. That's the best way I can put it. It was a right fadaddle, and I'm not for doing it again particularly. So I've come up with something else. What all this is leading to is that when this is closed up, you can still see this bit and this bit, which are still white. Now, with some of the paper that we put to one side to save, I think that I will just make a piece to stick onto there, and then we won't have that as a problem either. So let's see how far down I want it. I want it down. Yeah, it's right there. So let's just draw around that with my pencil. Actually, I'm going to turn that over. Make it easier to see, I think. So, just round the flap. It'll give this a bit of stability as well, to be honest. Which is no bad thing. And then just down there a little bit so it's square. Something like that. Oops, there goes the tweezers. Oh. I think it's because my desk is just way beyond full. Right, so I want that something like square, and cut this out. It might need a bit of dodging up afterwards, but won't be far out. Right, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that's going to be fine, I think. And it's going to be, oh, that needs trimming down a bit. Yeah, but it's long enough. That's the main thing. So let's just see. Yeah, I need a good bit off there. Goodness me. Oops. Perfect. Blooming perfect. Right, let's just ink around that a little bit, stick it down. Actually, I'm going to stick it down first because then it'll be easier to ink around. A bit of collal, perhaps. For all this, it's just one element in our journal. It's quite a big element, actually. But yet you find that with Timmy. All the elements turn out to be quite large. Because there's a lot of detail on them. Right, let's get this into place. There might need to be a bit of trimmage on the other side, that's fine. And that closes, and that closes. We're doing all right. Okay. And then I'll talk to you about the closure, or what I've decided to use as a closure anyway. Yeah, that needs just trimming, just a little bit. It's just so light compared to the very inky background. But I mean, it's a hair. It's a half and nothing, is what it is. Oh, I don't know. No, I think we'll get that with the ink. I think we're all right. Okay, so that's in there now. That's going to fold over and it's all going to look neat and tidy and very nice. Yeah, okay. So now let's ink that. Ink as you go, I think, is the way forward. Otherwise you end up with endless hours of inking. That might be an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. A lot of inking. There we are. And let's see if I can crease that along that line again. Yep, like that. That's budged that up a little bit. So yeah, because it hasn't dried yet, the glue, it's just pushed that up a little bit. Let's fold that back over on itself. Put a little bit of ink along there. Yeah, I'm just going to have to trim that. I should have waited for that to dry. But does it not know I'm trying to do a video? Obviously not. You really shouldn't ever try to bend glue that's wet. You can get awful wrinkles in your paper. You can probably get wrinkles on yourself as well from worries. There we go. Right, okay, we are cooking, finally. Lovely, right, so I can talk to you now about what I thought. This is doing my head in now. What I thought about a closure. I thought that rather than that very complex string and button closure turned out to be, I would use two of these, cut out two of these little tickets that are in the, what's this one called? That is a really good question. What is it called? I'm going to have to see if I can slide the thing out now. It's called Collector. And these were from his latest release. Sounds like a pop star, doesn't it? His latest release, but you know what I mean. It's Physics Chapter 3. And the arrow is from the Postal, I think is the way he says it. The Postal one. So I thought that I would have the black, because all the journal, the back of it is black. Have this one and maybe try just to offset it just a tiny little bit, so it looks like I've got a bit of a drop shadow thing going on behind it. Not much, otherwise I won't get my brad through it. And that I would put this on there to give the idea that you swing it round. Okay, now I'd like to say I saw Susie Hines use this when Tim was showing what the makers had done with these, and I'd like to say that I've copied her idea, but in actuality I've been doing this long before Susie did it. So yeah, well done, Susie. It's a great idea, but I feel all right to say I'm not copying you with it. Now, if you haven't got little tags, just cut out a piece of paper, you know, make it tag shaped at the top with the little corners off it, and it'll be perfectly fine. It really will. So where do I need to put that? And do I need to put it anywhere quite yet? It needs to go sort of about there probably, and spin round, yeah, about there. So I can probably get away with putting it on this one, not through both. Anyway, that's a problem for another day. I just wanted to show you what my solution to that in particular was. Now this is really driving me bonkers. Because it's just the narrowest of little white lines showing. That's better. Let's go over it with the ink. Yeah, that's now perfectly fine. That's great. So now we can move on to the interesting stuff, which is putting the acetate window in, etc., etc. Now, my acetate is here. No, don't think it's that sheet. That's a particularly dirty sheet. Okay, let's push the bolt out and get a new sheet out. I just use overhead projector sheets. They're absolutely fine. Ah, there's what's left of my sheet. Look, I put it away. My goodness, whoever would have thought that. Right, so let's turn this over, see where we need to cut the acetate. I find those no, that's a distress one. I lent mine to Mr. F. Yes, he gave it to me back. Phew, that was a close call for him there, I can tell you. So make this, you know, a good bit bigger than your window, because what you don't want is glue getting onto it and seeping underneath. So let's cut that out. It doesn't matter about the black lines on it because you never see it, because the coin envelope will be... I'm going to put this back in the box. We all know I'm never going to find it the next time, so I'm going to go looking for a new sheet and then I'll find this. So that's going there, and in front behind it, should I say. That's going next to the window. Then behind that, you can see here, I've just used a piece of Tim Holtz ephemera, and it's actually got trees on it, so it's in keeping with this week's tag prompt. Where did I put all my things? Okay, so this is the piece of ephemera that goes behind there, so it needs to be cut down a little bit. And then there's a butterfly that goes right in there. Now, I've got a selection that would do. There's that one, but it's a little on the greeny side. There's this one, which I quite like. I like that one, I quite like the size. This one, which was white, but I coloured it in with alcohol pens to make it yellow. Maybe just a little bit too small. So yeah, I'm thinking that this one is probably the one for us. Oh, do come on. So right. So that's what we need to do. So let's just cut this down to the size that we want it. And it doesn't really matter whether I keep left or right. I'm not wedded to either. Let's do, forgot to snap the lead. Let's make a mark there. I think I'm coming to the end of my lead. And just chop that off. I think we'll do it this way. So that's going to go there. Let's have that right down to the bottom so we know where to put it again. So that's right down, tucked into there. So I want my butterflies. That's the one we said. I think so. Yeah, well, it looks good anyway, even if it wasn't. So we want our butterfly there, about there. So I can stick that on there now, and before I put the acetate on, so I can be sure that it's in the right place. So let's just give that a little bit of an ink. Get rid of the nasty white edges as much as we can. There we are, get that glued down. I think this is going to be just a long video. You're just going to have to accept that you're in it for the long haul. You could split it up into sessions, and particularly if you're following along with me, because you're going to have to take time out on occasions just to get the stuff that we need. Let's just make sure that's in the right place. So right down to the bottom, fairly central. Yeah, that's it. So this is going to go about there, I think. That looks pretty okay. Pretty, yeah, that's fine. Stick that down. Now we can stick the acetate down. It's all go, isn't it? All go. So just a bit around the edges. You don't really want too much on this acetate, because it's non-porous, so the glue's got nowhere to go apart from splodging. There we go. And always push your glue out when you're putting acetate on, from the centre out. Never push it in towards your window. That's just asking for trouble. There we go. So that's our acetate window in. Lovely. Coming along, coming along. Then we need to put this in. So let's just double check that we're okay. Yeah, I think that looks lovely actually. So just around the edges. Don't forget to do it on the right side facing up, because of course it's going into the, unlike everything else that we stick when we stick on the wrong side. This is on the right side. There we go. Right. So I want that down to there. Fairly central. Lovely. Let's have a look. Oh, that's so nice. Isn't it? Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's only me that thinks it's nice. But I do. I like it. Now then, the problem that you will encounter putting things in and out of this is that there's a ridge there. And when you slide things in, it's going to hit that ridge and it's not going to want to go any further. So the way I get over it is with good old masking tape, and I just put a piece over the edge of that, getting rid of that ramp, as it were, and making just a smooth little step. So you put it in and it just glides over it. I don't know why I had to say that in a ridiculous voice, but I obviously did. So yeah, that just makes it smooth and it just glides over it rather than getting stuck on that edge, which you don't want because that's a real pest. Okay, right, good, we're progressing. So I've got my other one here, so I can kind of, it's like a cheat sheet really. So the bits that I've got out to play with are this specimen label, which I'm going to put there-ish. These are in the Field Notes Snippets pack. This private collection one that I'm going to put kind of there. I laid out 2 green butterflies because I actually thought I was going to do green, but I see now I'm doing yellow. So I need a little yellow butterfly. As I say, this one wasn't yellow. I made it yellow with an alcohol pen. And I think it looks really nice actually. So I might just use that one there. I might keep that one for the back. And then I need a flower of some sort. This is not overly adorned, to be honest. So I laid out some flowers that I thought might fit the bill. These ones could go there. Might look quite nice. Because yellow and purple are complementary colours, so they always go well together. There's this blue one that I really like that one actually. That's probably the way it's going to go. And the other one that I had was this one, which is uncoloured. So I got my alcohol markers out and I've coloured it in yellow and green. And I don't even know if it's going to show up, to be honest. Yeah, it does actually. That looks quite nice. Blimey. Yeah, that does. I mean, it needs a bit of fussy cutting. Oh dear, yeah, and that. Right, let me just have a look through this again and see. I think I might want a one that's like that one. In fact, that was handy. Just a slightly bigger one in there. Let's put the private collection there, and let's have the field notes up there. Field label. This is actually a stamp in the field notes stamp set, and that could go there like that. The butterfly could go there like that. I think I like that better actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. Okay, so with that in mind, let's get the other thing that I'm going to use is this, and it's from this die. Now, I got this die from Ali ages and ages ago. But I don't know, I was drawn to it at the time. It just looked like a mixed media die to me. I'm not sure how well you can see that, actually. Let's put something behind it. There you go. So it's just like a mesh. And this is how it comes out once you've die cut it. And stay to my hand. And I just tear it, just like you would anything else. If you haven't got the die, and there's no reason why you should, although I know that Tony Vince has the die, use some lace. Just chop up a little bit of lace and put that down, and it'll look absolutely fine, I'm telling you. This lace, you can see it's been part of a top that Mr. F found in a charity shop, and of course we washed it because I don't fancy somebody else's negligee. Negligee on my envelope without it being washed. Actually, talking about it, I'm not sure I want the negligee on my project at all. But no, I mean, just have a look. Have a look around your shops where people donate things, Goodwill shops, etc. Have a look at the children's garments as well, because sometimes you can find really nice printed cottons and things in there. And this obviously wasn't in a children's department. Well, I hope not. I hope nobody was dressing a child in this. But it was a little negligee. And I've cut the lining off because I didn't want it. But I've saved all the lace, and that will come in at some stage. I mean, there was loads, and it was only a little negligee. No, it didn't fit me.
Or me.
Oh, Mr. F. Mr. F had more chance than me, I can tell you. But oh, dear me. Sorry about that interlude. Sorry about the interlude of madness, but what can you do? Right, so that's the story of where I get my grid stuff from. Mr. F, however, was saying to me the other day about dry wall tape or something. I can't remember what you called it, but yeah, this stuff here. Thank you, my dear. Plasterboard and dry wall tape. Now, this is interesting stuff, isn't it? It's kind of a little bit sticky on one side. I don't know where the join is in it. Here it is. But that's what it looks like. See? Now you could cut that exactly the same way as I'm cutting this, or tear it or whatever. I don't know how it takes colour, but it would certainly take alcohol markers. Feels quite plasticky, but you could definitely colour it with alcohol markers. So that might be an option for you. I'll give that a try at some stage and let you know how it goes. Thank you. But in the meantime, I'll get back to this and leave my lacy negligee for later. For later. Oh dear me, I make myself laugh sometimes. It's sad, really. Right, so I'm going to cut a bit out to go down there. Well, tear a bit out in actuality. Just a piece that is going to look not straight, as that would kind of be defeating the object of the exercise. That's going to be fine. Just need a little bit more off the bottom. Like that. Yes, I like that. I think that's good. Back off with my itchy nose again. What's it with? Mind you, it's the middle of summer, isn't it? So there's as much pollen around today as there's ever going to be. And when I was a child, I had horrific hay fever. I don't get it so much now, but I'm thinking the itchy nose might be a symptom. You never know. So just a few dots of glue. There's no great weight attached to this, obviously. It's a grid. But I've used that black card that I'm using is quite sturdy. So you need to tame it, show it who's boss. There we go. Was it that way? Yes, I believe it was. So pop that down. That's just loads of glue. Just mop it all up with the tippy toe. Right, that's fine. So that's that. Great. We're making some little bit of progress anyway. Now then, this label here, which is the one that says private collection, I'm just going to ink around that. See all these lovely bits that we spent ages agonising over when we were doing the paint part of the exercise. Largely they get covered up. It's such a shame. But some bits don't, and I mean you can't tell when you're doing it which bits are and which bits aren't, so you've got to give it your best shot. There we go. I'm just going to leave a little bit up above the acetate window. Pop that down. Great stuff. Fabulous. Let me get my cheaty one out. There it is. And well, I want to stamp on this, but because I've had stamping go so wrong, I'm going to stamp on it before I stick it on. Seems like the prudent thing to do, actually. And then if it goes wrong, yeah, it doesn't have to blight my project, does it? So plenty ink. I'm going around a couple of times because I think I've said this before. I think the first one largely just sinks in and disappears. So going around a couple of times. There we go. Now I think I'm going to stamp in red. Yes, I do. Where are my field note stamps? Here they are. So what shall I put on there? I could just put a number. Could put handle with care. Yeah, that's the one. See, it's the same, except the stamp's got things written on it. I really must wash these. They're disgusting. I could put that stamp on there, but not in red, no. And I want to use red as well. That says name of remitter, and so does that. Just noticed. I quite like this one. I think this is going to be the one that I want. Do you remember that Olivia Newton-John song? You're the one that I want. I don't know why that suddenly came to mind, really, but don't worry, I'm not going to sing it. You're safe. You're definitely safe from me singing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they need washing. I mean, they don't even want to stick to the blocks or anything. They are filthy. Okay. So I don't want this square, that much I do know. Let's put it that way. Wait for the ink, wait for the ink. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. Just wipe a bit of that ink off. Pop that back in my field notes box. Perfect job. So we can stick that down there. Just overlaps just a little bit. Not for any reason other than I like the look of it when it's overlapped. There we go. goes about there, just in a little bit. Maybe a little bit further down actually, about there. Yeah, lovely. Get my towel out, pick up the excess glue. Oh, this is turning into a project that I really like, actually. Now I want another little stamp there, just a small one. And I know there is a tiny little one in here, that's it. Oh no, that's not it. I thought that was all a bit too easy. It's just a teeny weeny, itsy bitsy yellow polka dot bikini. No, it's not that. That says number 5, and I think that can go down that way quite well. I think that'll work there. Wasn't the one I was looking for, but that doesn't matter. It's okay. So, where is my stays on? That's such a good question. Ah, there it is. Stays on is such a clot having to get that lid off every time. I can't tell you how much it annoys me. Way more than it should. Right, let's put this down here then. Be quite firm. If you happen to be using cardi paper, be sure and be quite firm, because it's the devil's own to stamp on. That's great. I'm really pleased with that. Let's wipe the stamp off. It's a bit like, what is it, closing the stable door after the horse has bolted. My stamps are so manky. But you know, I might just clean them this afternoon. Pigs might fly. Right, so the next thing to do is to get the black, this on where we want it. Now I want a section down here, so let's just, how wide do I want it? To about there, I'd say. So let's tear that along, and I want it, yeah, like that, pretty much like that. Yeah, quite like that, that's okay, I think. Stick that on. These fine tip applicators are brilliant, aren't they? What on earth did we do before we had them? Must have been a splotchy mess everywhere. Great. Just pop that over there and over there like that. That's lovely. Well, the update on Bob since his operation is he's almost finished his antibiotics. He is in very good spirits, apart from being incredibly thirsty all the time. I think that might be the steroids that's doing that to him, to be honest. But he's happy. He is so happy, which makes me happy. You know, when he goes to sleep, he seems to really sleep properly and deeply. So, yeah, I think all round it's just, yeah, well worth the operation for him, definitely. So I'm going to pop that there. Yeah, I think I'm going right. Time will tell when we get to the end. But it's looking quite nice to me. Good job I'm not having one of my shaky days. No, oh, I was going to say now the glue's decided not to come out. Okay, let's pop that up there. Still want to be able to see the bit that says field label. Like that, that's nice. That's nice, I like it. And then I want some up at the top. Let's just tear that a little bit. And that down there. And I don't want it to go all the way over. About there, perhaps. Yeah, to about there. But I don't want it straight, so I'm going to have to come in and tear a bit. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, look at that. That's just grand. I hope you're not waning yet, because we've got all the back to do yet. Although if I'm brutally honest with you, I'm going to stop for a pause myself, might even have a coffee, who knows, and then come back to the back. The back isn't quite as convoluted as this. But you know, as I say, wouldn't be one of my Timmy projects if it wasn't, so. You always have the power of switching off. I'm sort of committed to it, however. Right, let's pop that there then. Just down a touch from the top so it's not going to interfere with that. There we are. Right, really making progress now. Okay, so the flower situation. What are we going to do with regards to the flower? Well, I don't even know which way that goes. Let's go that way. We've got that, which is very nice. I like it. Or we've got this. Now I like that, but it's not lighting up my life very much. It's all the same, isn't it? It's too much the same, I think. Or we've got this one, which I do quite like. But if I was putting that there, I would put an additional stamp there, definitely. So is that the one? Is that the one you're going for? I don't know. Let's run through the other flowers, shall we? Make sure that we've got our best selection. This is all the flowers I could find in, you know. I mean, that one looks quite nice. Oh, are we really going to go through all of these? Yep. No, I'll leave the ones out that I think look okay. That's too weeny. That's quite nice. Leave that on the quite nice pile then. That one, nope. Oh, I've got my piles mixed up. Never mind, I've sorted them now. No, too small, too small, too small I think. Yep. Quite nice. I'll put it on the quite nice pile at the moment. No, that's just wrong. That's okay. I don't know which way is up. Not for the first time in my life. That's okay actually, I quite like that. Put it on the maybe pile. Oh, wrong pile. What about this one? No. This one? Ah, yeah, like that. I'd have to, where would I have to put it? About there? Have to lose its stem, I think. No. Well, I'll put it on the maybes, but no, I think. That one, no. This one, no. And that brings us to this one. No. That one, no. Right, so let's go through the maybes again. That one. It's just kind of the wrong shape, unfortunately. So, no. This one. No. That one I think is just too small. This one I quite like, actually. I quite like that one. That one's too small. And this one. That looks quite nice up there, doesn't it? I think that might be it. It's either that or that. That perhaps a little bit more interesting. Yeah, let's go with that. So after all that, we've whittled it down to that. I'm not certain that's perfect. Whatever is perfect. Let's just try this once more. I'm going with that. I'm going with it. And what I am going to do is stick it down and then cut off the bit that's... Cut that off. I'm not going to fussy cut it. I'm just going to cut that off. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I really like it. I think I'll regret it if I don't use it, so I'm just going to use it. Yeah, it did it quite well with alcohol pens. Quite surprised, really. That can go there perfectly. I like that. Right, let's get that glued on then. It's pretty on the other side. I made myself think of coffee now, and now I can't think of anything else. But I'll have to wait until I get the front of this done, till I've achieved something, at least. Right, let's get this where we want it. As far over as I can, just probably about there. I'd say that's about perfect. Yeah, I like that. I'm glad we put that there. Let me just chop it off, see what it looks like. Being careful not to cut your envelope. There we are. That's nice. I don't need to, do I? I'll keep that just in case I need it for the back. Right. Excellent. Let's just ink down there. Marvellous. So we just need now really... Oh, well, we need our butterfly on. Yes. We need him. He needs a good inking. He's a bit... Got a lot of margin on him. But that's okay. Make him stand out a bit. Otherwise he's in danger of getting lost in this yellow background. so he's going to go about there. Yep. Or should he go that way? I think he probably looks better that way. So once he's down, we've just got a little bit of stamping to do around the edges. And we're there. Let's pop him there, shall we? Down a touch. There. That's lovely. Lovely, lovely. Great. So we're making excellent progress now. So it's time to get the stamps out and stamp up various bits that need stamping. So what shall we do first? Is there room for that? There's just about room for the identification part of it. So let's do that. This is where we're not taking care of my stamps really annoys me, because they don't stay where I want them. And I'm going to do all of this with black, and as I say, bearing in mind that I'm using cardie paper, so I just have to do it purposefully. Just in case any ink got on there. I don't want it on there. Turn it round and see if we can get a good stamp on there. Yes, that is good. I like that. Right, what next? Need something for in here. I've got the sort of that flower stamp, which would go, but I'll have to do a bit of masking off first. Just need to mask that bit off, and the butterfly, because I don't want to stamp on it. So that would do. That's all right there. Let's stick that down. This is, yeah, there's some left on, some glue stick left on my block, so we're all right. We're in business. Ink that up. Probably won't get the best of impressions because this is quite a fine stamp, but we'll get the idea, which is fine. Is that in the right place? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So let's just go for that there. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that's so much better than I thought it was going to be. Hoo-hoo. We are cooking on gas today. Right, then, next problem. Something for down here. Now, on the other one, I put washi tape along here, and I'll just, let me just finish stamping. Let me finish stamping before I go off into the realms of washi tape. I could get collect along there. That would be nice. Is that stuck? Yes, it's stuck. Let's just mask off that other word. So I'm just going to be inking up collect. Let's make sure I haven't got any on there, which I think I have a little bit. There we are. Right, so I don't know what Catkin's doing, but there's some right thumping going on upstairs. I'd like to bet any money he's chasing a fly. he is a supreme flycatcher. Where we live, there's quite a lot of horses around, and I always think horses attract flies. But there's cows and sheep too, which... Oh, look at that. What's going on today? Things are going right. I want to put washi there and then stamp on the washi, but I do need a stamp down here, so let's have a look and see what we could put down there. I've got numbers, lots of numbers. That might go in there, you know, I'll leave that there. That's a possibility. What else do I have? Handle with care. No, I'm not awfully keen on that. It's in a box and I don't like it too much. Let numbers. There's that number there. Oh, have I got destination yet? No, I haven't. Let's have destination. Just going to have to glue this one, I think. There we go. Ink up the whole stamp. Oh, it's got a bit of a kink on the end. There we go. Okay. Sorry if you can see my grey hair. It's just I've got to be over this. I haven't got a chance. Not a chance of getting it right. I'm bad enough when I can. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Whoever's guiding my hand today, because it's doing well. Right, so I'm just going to attempt this little one on there, which I think we'll get in. Look quite nice if we can get it in. Excuse me again. Yes. Right, we're all sorted, I think, apart from this section here, and that's the section that I was talking about, the washi tape. So I meant, really, rather than washi tape, I meant this linen tape, which I absolutely love. Let's just put the lid on the stay bright, I nearly called it. What's it called? Stays on. I have got other washi tapes, but I don't know where they are. What have I done with them then? Yeah, here they are. Sorry about that. Thought I might as well pause you while I went on the grand washi tape hunt of 2022. So these ones, I think, are the latest ones that he brought out. They're so strong. They're gorgeous. I really, really like them. So we've got this. It's patchwork, as you can see, and I think that green one there would be just the job. I really like it. There's the red one as well, which is beautiful. I love that. And this pattern here. I mean, it's lovely. And the other one is this sort of one. It's more kind of blues and mixed, although I like that. I like it. Don't think I've ever used this one, actually. That there is nice, isn't it? I think that's kind of in keeping with what we're doing. Let's have some of that. I might not stamp on this either. So I want it from about there to about there. I've got a box actually that is designated to keep those in. Obviously wasn't working too well, that plan, was it? But so I just want to cut round a little bit. Now this stuff doesn't tear, it's just too tough. So let's just cut a bit out and see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's good. And I don't want it quite that wide. Yeah, that's perfect. Oops. It is super, super sticky. There we are. I just like that. It's just a bit of something different. Right, well, I think that's it. That needs squashed down a bit because it's got two thicknesses on. It's just a bit more reluctant. There we go. There is the front of this. Isn't it lovely? I really like it. I do. I really, really like it. Glad we chose those flowers. I think they're perfect for it. And so I'm going now for a cup of coffee. When I return, we'll deal with this. And then it'll be ready to put in our folio. See you in a sec. Okie dokie, I'm coffeed. So I'm in good spirits. I hope you've had a coffee at some stage during this mammoth video. Anyway, let's progress, shall we? Let's see where we're heading for. So I think what we need to do now is glue this up, and then we can put our closure on it. So I'm just going to, which side do I want on the outside? That side's probably prettier, isn't it? So I'm just going to put a bead of glue down here. And a bead of glue down this side. Close them up. Don't want to press it too hard because I don't want the glue to come out and close my envelope up permanently. That's not what I want. That feels okay. Just put the lid on my glue while I'm thinking about things. Right, so I think probably... Oh, I think that's trying to stick. Don't you stick on me. No. I'm imagining things. So now I'm going to give it a good press down. There we go. Yeah, that's not sticking apart from where it should be sticking, so that's fine. Right, the swing catch that Susie reminded me about on the Tim holiday. Yeah, we should, shouldn't we? We should have a Tim day where everybody gets the Tim stuff out and crafts. Oh yes, that would be perfect. I just invented it. I really think we should. I think we should all write to our governments and representatives, etc. and get a Timmy Day. That wasn't what I was going to say, but I can't remember what I was going to say now. I've knocked myself off my balance. So I'm going to stick this this over the plain black one. The black one's serving two purposes. It's providing a bit of stability, and it's just giving us a little bit of a dropped shadow there. Just a little bit, not much. I just want it slightly off so you can see a little bit of that black. There we are. And then I want to stick this arrow on. Tweezers. Yeah, okay, don't know where they are. They're lost in the melee. This is a right holy state, I can tell you. It's awful. Anyway, it'll get cleared up eventually. So I want the thin bit next to there. Let's make sure it's all on. Like that, that's good. Looks good to me. Get my towel for the excess glue. Right. Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. Let's put the lid on the glue and see where we need this. So we want it to be sort of there and swing up over there to keep that closed. But we don't want it, yeah, no, that's good. When it's in its fully erect position, we don't want it to be over the top. So about there, on that row there, let's measure where the middle is, shall we? There we are. So it's a nadger over 4. So let's make a mark. Just a smidge over 2. So I think that's it there. Right. See if I agree with that. I do. That's great. Do you want it a bit higher up? Yeah, I think I might want a bit higher up. Got more chance of keeping that closed. So, yeah, on the same line as that, but just a little bit higher. Right there. There might well be something stuck over that mark, but there may not be either. So the next thing is, do I want to stick that on first or after I've put everything else on? No, I think I'll put that on first. Is that glue dry? Dry enough? Right, okay. So what I want to do is make a hole. Where's my yoga mat? Ooh. I'm just going to pop this inside there because I don't want to go all the way through. That wouldn't be good. Is that in enough? Can't even see my mark anymore. Oh, there it is. Is that in enough? Yeah, just in enough. So let's make a hole there. Great. So now I can just make that a little bit bigger. Like that. And get myself a brad. Yes, brad. That's what I need. Got all sorts of stuff in here. That's probably big enough. That'll do instead of trawling through it. So let's put that where it's going to go. Let's put the brad through there first. Let's get organised. I always have such trouble with brads, don't know why. And then the legs through there. Excellent, this is going well. And open the legs out as wide as you can. Don't want it ultra tight because it's got a swing. So those legs now are open, that's swinging. So I'm just going to take Old Faithful here, a little bit of masking tape and stick it over those legs that are now inside here. And if you do that, you can see really quite well where you need to put your masking tape. So let's just pop that down there over the legs, make that nice and smooth. Excellent. Job done. So that's going to close like that. This is going to come up like that and keep it closed. Wow, that just keeps it closed. This needs some serious bone foldering. It's because we put the other piece of paper in it. Doesn't want to lie flat. But it will by the time I've finished with it. Won't argue with big heavy books, I'll tell you that. Right, so let's get on with decorating the rest of it anyway, the rest of the back. So I wanted a clock, actually, a clock face, but I didn't have one. So I've got this, which is fine. I quite like it as a substitute. And then I wanted something this sort of shape, and I found this about wings, bees and dragonflies and butterflies, which is fine because, excuse me, we've included quite a lot of those throughout this little project. So that can go there, like that, I think. And then I just want something else to bring it through, so I'm just going to put that there, fairly centrally on that. And then I would like a butterfly on there, so I have several that are possibilities. There's that one, which I really do quite like, subtle. I've got this one, a bit bigger but quite nice, or this one that I coloured myself. It was, I think his antenna are falling off. Oh dear, he's in a bit of a state. Yeah, it was just sort of white and I coloured it yellow, but I think it could probably do with being toned down a little bit more. I've still got my alcohol markers out, have I? No, just one of them. I thought I'd still... yeah, there they are. Is this one the gold? No, that's ginger. This one's gold. So let's just colour that in. I think that's probably going to be the one that we go for. I just want to darken down those bits of yellow just a little bit. That's better. That's a better colour. Yeah, it's a more sort of, it's called gold, this colour, but it's a more sort of orangey yellow, which I quite like. So if you haven't got ephemera that suits, colour it with whatever sort of colouring gear you've got, really. Yeah, like that. That's much, 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 much better. There we go. Right. Let's give that a sec to dry off. So let's ink around these and, well, think about sticking them down. I do actually want to put some of this around the place. I want quite a big bit for the top there. Maybe that sort of size. Over the top of, yeah, top of everything, like that. Yeah, that's fine, I like that. And then I want a piece that's going to go underneath all of that lot. Kind of like that. It's all falling apart, but you get the picture. Maybe a little bit further up actually. So I quite like it under that circle. Yeah, there. So that there, that's under, that's over. That goes like that. Butterfly goes there. Oop, come back. Yeah, the butterfly goes there. Let's move that up a little bit so I can see the butterfly. Yeah, like that. And then the flower. Which flower is the flower? I don't know. I've whittled it down to 2, so it's not going to take forever to work out. There's that one, which I do quite like, or there's this one. I think it's going to be this one, simply because of the colour. It just suits, goes with it. Right, so let's get these stuck on then. Well, inked and stuck on, I should say. First thing to go on is this, which goes under everything. I'll probably get rid of a bit of that, save it for a rainy day. You never know. I'll tell you, with British summer, you definitely never know when a rainy day is coming. We had a lovely day yesterday, really nice. You think, oh good, summer's here, and then today we're just back to meh. can't wait to see your versions of this. See how you alter things, because obviously you won't have what I've got. I haven't got what you've got. But I'm dying to see it. Right, so that's going there and it's going up. Got glue on my fingers. It's going up under there. Like that, I believe. And it's going over that clock, which I should have stuck down first, but I didn't. So let's just put that in there. No, that's not going to work. How about this palette knife? That might work. Let's put that under there. Just hold that up off there for a second while I get this ready to glue down. Do I want to stamp on it? That's a good question. Looks like it's begging for a stamp, to be fair. And we have stamped all around the front part of it, haven't we? So yeah, I think a stamp is the order of the day. Here are my field note stamps, so let's see what we're going to put on it. Charge. Hardly ever use that one, you know. I'm going to use that one, just to be different. Where's my little block? Yeah, it's something different for me. Thought I'd glued my glue shut. There we go. I'm going to do it in black. This is definitely one of my least used stamps from Field Notes. Definitely. And I'm going to stamp it fairly straight. Lovely. Lovely. Yeah, I've ended up in 6 inches of space again. So let's put that like that, there where it wants to go, which is about there I think. Press that down, might as well utilise my palette knife. And then I need to stick this back down, which might be easier said than done. Let's have a go. There we go, that wasn't such a palaver after all. So then this goes there. Let's ink that up. Yeah, and if I don't use this thing about wings on this project, I really don't know whenever I will. So get it used up. There's certain ones, isn't there, that you get in the packs of snippets that they're just not your sort of thing. You know, the bugs. I can't see me ever using the bugs. I just don't like them. And I know a lot of people don't like them either, so I won't want to put them in a journal in case somebody got a journal with a bug in it and it freaked them out. So pretty much I could go through my snippets and any bugs I could just dispose of humanely. So this wants to go about there, I'd say. Fairly straight if you can make it so. Lovely, that'll do me. Let's just clip that down. It's annoying me. Put a clip in each end as well. Might as well go for the complete overkill or overclip. There we are. Now move. I dare you. So the next thing is the bit of this, which goes about there. Yes, I think that's where that goes. I must admit it's a quicker process. I know you won't believe this because it's taken 30 years to do it when you've already done one and you're sort of copying, if you like. I mean, it can't be an exact copy because I don't have two of everything, but it goes faster once you sort of have an idea of what you're doing. So soon we'll move on, I reckon, to the file folder probably. See what happens with it. Right, looking good, looking good. See what I mean about using lace? You could really easily use lace in behind there and it would look great. This one, just going to pop that there. Just going to seal that shut actually, the bottom. Don't need it open any longer now. And now we can get this in the right place. Lovely. Just a quick go around again. There we are. That's lovely. So we need quite a bit of stamping on this, but ostensibly once we put this flower on, I think we're pretty much getting there really. That flower looks awfully small, doesn't it? But that's all I've got. It really is. Got that one that was my second choice. No, I'm sticking with this one. It's small, but oh, need thinking. But it's the right colour and it's going to have to do. And I think it'll look fine. I wouldn't just put it on if I didn't think it was going to do the job. Got the butterfly to put on as well. There we go. So bearing in mind this is the back of an envelope, so you know, you don't need to go massively to town. Where did my butterfly go then? Who knows? It's flown away. Well, this wasn't the one I was thinking of, but I do quite like it, and it's kind of in keeping with that, isn't it? I know the other one will be around if I wanted to look for it. But I don't know. I quite like that. I think it's much more muted. So I'm going to go for this one. I did have to fussy cut this. It had a huge white border around it. I've left some of the white border, but nothing compared to what it was. That there, just like that. Marvellous. Right, bit of stamping, and you know what, Bob's your uncle. So what are we going to stamp and where? Do I need that on there? No. I could persuade myself that I do, but I'm going to persuade myself that I don't. Let's get the box of field note stamps out and see what we're going to do. Right, well down there I need quite a largish one, something like destination or something. Oh, there's my butterfly. I quite like that. I'll think about that. So let's see, can we find destination? Yeah, no, condemned. Condemned, too strong a word. I would get that in there. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's get the bigger block out. Pretend we're organised. And start stamping. So I have to remind myself again that this is cardie paper and you have to stamp purposefully. Just give it a minute there for that stays on to transfer from the stamp to the paper. Yeah, that's not the best of stamps, but you know, it doesn't need to be on a project like this. It's fine. I'm quite happy with that. Let's move on along here. What have I got? I've got this one that says orders attended to day or night. Yeah, I think that's a goer along there. What I don't want to do is sort of edge the thing. I want different stamps. But I think we'll be alright with that there. Make sure you've got plenty ink on it, because you can't transfer it if it's not on there in the first place. Patience. It's a virtue I don't really have. Oh, but look at that. Well worth it. That's lovely. Right. So there I want a sort of thickish, squattish number. 785 crops up a lot, doesn't it? I like 785. Actually. What else do we have though? Got that corresponding order. Would that go there? Yeah, it probably would actually look quite nice. I think I need something a bit fatter. Like me. Let's put that. How about that one there? What do you think? No, I've got figures 1, 2 and 3. That's just the job. Yes, that's perfect. Let's put that there and we'll find another little one for in there. Great. Great guns. Should have used the smaller block. It doesn't matter. It's not like it's all about the stamping, because it's not. Pop that there then. I just have to wait. It seems an interminable time, doesn't it? Oh, that's not good. That doesn't matter. I can live with it. It's fine. We can make reparation. Maybe that's because I used the big block. Who knows? Who knows? I've got this one that's all numbers, which could go in there. Be a bit of a tight fit. Bit of a squeeze. What else have I got? That's a little. That one. That's too little. What about that one? Yeah, that would work. Let's use the little one then. See if we get a better result. I've got smaller blocks than this actually. Perhaps I ought to look them out. Okay, let's hope for the best. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's great. Fits in there perfectly. Marvellous. That's grand. Right, then. I've got these ones. Would that fit up there? No, not quite. Not quite. I have a number. That would go up there nicely. I do seem to be going round the whole thing, so that's what I seem to be doing. Correspondence address only. No. One of these days I am going to use condemned. I just am. I never seem to use it because nothing ever seems to be bad enough to be condemned. I could move that down to there and that would get over that bit of a faux pas with the figures. Figure 1, figure 2 stuff. I don't even know which way this goes. That way. Should we see? Oh, look at that. That is perfect. How about that one there? Maybe that way. No, let's do it this way. No, I'm going to do it the other way. That way. There. Not the best stamp in the world. Not the worst either. Right. Just something up there and then something along the top, I think. Well, maybe, baby. Maybe. I've got this nice circular one that I might put there. Which would leave me this gap here for something to go in. Like what? That number there. Perfect. Yes. That's grand. Let's do that. So let's just put a little bit of glue on the back of you. Get you done. This Field Note stamp set, Stampers Anonymous stamp set, must be the best stamp set in the world. It's absolutely fabulous. It's so useful for all sorts of projects. Mind you, the new eccentric one, that's another ultra useful one. But he did say at the launch of that eccentric one that that would be the last of this sort of stamps, you know, the really intensive stamps. So if I put that there, that's pretty much going to fit on actually. Because I can imagine they are difficult and expensive to cut. Mind you, it's not as if they're cheap to buy. I'm sure they're still making a nice profit. But yeah, I can see that you wouldn't want to do them. I just want that slightly over the edge, if I can. Yeah, that's good. Good. What was I thinking I was going to put there? Just while I was doing it, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to put something there. Now I can't blinking remember what it was. Not a clue do I have. Huh, oh well. That's gone. Oh, I think it was a big number. Yes, I was thinking about putting a big number there. That's right. Let's get eccentric out while we're there, shall we? That's eccentric there. It's fabulous. I absolutely love it. Love it. But here are these numbers, and I think one of these might look quite nice, you know. Let me in. Maybe this size, the second size. Is that too big? I want to put 2 down because it's the second one of these that we've done. No, I think that's all right. Let's just do that. Let's just do it. That's nice. That's nice, very nice. Let's just wipe that over because these are relatively new stamps. So I'll make a pretense of trying to keep them clean for a while. So what now? Yes, good question. What now? I probably need something along the top. And you know, I'm so tempted to put condemned. In the eccentric, we've got the condemned, but it says do not use until adjusted. We've also got for skill and amusement only, which tickles me every time I read it. Or we've got guaranteed to be strictly high grade. Yeah, quite like that. No, I'm going with it. I'm putting condemned on it. I nearly once put condemned on an Edith project, and Mr. F had a dicky fit. You can't put condemned on an Edith project. When I thought about it, no, of course you couldn't. It was all wrong. But at the time it seemed like a good idea. Right, let's ink that up. Let's go condemned. The thing is, you're never going to see the whole thing because the pointer will be up. Is that inked? Hard to say. Let's do it the way you should do it. Get that fairly central. This one I would like to work properly. If it could see its way too, possibly would be good. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Do not use until adjusted. You can even read the small text. Brilliant. That's good. Right, so let's pop that back where it belongs, in there. Right, what else do I need then? That will be going up there like that. Do I need anything for that? I don't know. I don't know, but I'll have a look anyway. I've got that 785, but it's a bit too close to the 2. So let's see what else we've got. Filed. Yeah, filed's good. Filed's always good. Can't go wrong with filed. I dread to think how long this video is. It's probably about 10 hours long. You've probably fallen asleep at least 3 times watching me. Right, let's put filed there. Oh, that's so clear. And I just want something for there, and that will be that. Not a number, if I can find anything that's not a number. Mr. F's just showed me it's 2 hours 12 minutes, this video. Oh my goodness gracious me. That is a record by my standards even. Oh no, that's bad. Who on earth's going to sit and watch that? I'm going to put that number 5 there. And those of you that remember watching Short Circuit will know that number 5 is alive. Let's just pop that there. And I think we're coming to the end. We're certainly coming to my end. I'm going to put that there as well. Yeah, okay. So that needs to be under a heavy weight really, just to settle that down, that the top of that there. Let's put these back in the box. So the only decision I now have to make is do I want to put that on there or not? I do quite like it, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, it's going on there. It's got a bit of a dilemma going on here with these antenna, but that can't be helped. I'm not a surgeon. I'm wondering now whether I should split this into 2, this video. So if you're watching this and it hasn't been 2 hours long, you'll know that I've split it into 2. There's just too much, I think, for body and soul to bear watching all of this in one go. Right, let's get that. Put the lid on the glue stick. Get this glued on. I don't know where the tweezers have gone. They've got lost in the detritus of war. That's all right. Just going to have to repair that as best I can. There we go. Right. Finally, after half a lifetime, we have completed our project. You might be seeing this as one video. I think it's probable you'll see it as two. This is the back of our coin envelope. This is the front. It's a really pretty project, you know, in a grungy sort of way. I love how these came out. I used alcohol ink on them to bring them to that colour. And there's the back. There's our little opening there. Still hasn't got a journaling card in it. That's a project for another day. And that's it. I hope you like it, first and foremost. And I hope that you will at some stage pick your way through it, find out what you want to do and transfer that onto a project that you're doing. Thank you very, very much for watching. Should you be interested, these are available in my Etsy shop. The black file folders that are covered in ledger paper and inked. They obviously won't be decorated in any way like that, but they will be inked. So that's going to go in there. Doesn't it look nice? Oh yeah. So I'll see you very, very soon. I'm now going for a sleep. Bye for now. Thank you. Bye.